Hey my YouTube friends and family, Wagwan, welcome back to another episode on Country Kitchen. Today we're going to be making some rock buns. Yes, old country style Jamaican rock bun. I said in my last video that I created this channel to teach my kids how to make Jamaican stuff, but they're quite busy with school work right now. But as soon as they're ready, we're going to be in the kitchen with you guys, sharing with you our recipes. Alright, so stay tuned for that. So in this bowl I have 4 cups of all-purpose flour. I'm going to sift it so that it's more refined, and then I'm going to add 1 cup of sugar. Usually I'll use brown sugar, but I didn't have any, so I'm going to use white sugar in the video, but feel free to go ahead and add your brown sugar. We're going to add a teaspoon of grated nutmeg, and today I'm going to be using the original nutmeg that I grated. I'm also going to use a tablespoon of cinnamon powder. I added a teaspoon at first, but then I switched and I add another teaspoon. So in all I added 1 tablespoon because I like cinnamon, and I added a half teaspoon of salt. I also went in with a half teaspoon of mixed spice, and I'm also going to add a tablespoon of baking powder. All my ingredients are going to be listed down below in my description box, so you can feel free to go over in my description box and check them out. I'll also try and place them on the screen as I go by, but if not, they're going to be in my description box, so you can go over there and check it out. Alright, so as I go by, I just go ahead and use my whisk and combine everything just to ensure that everything is incorporated properly. And then here I am adding my sugar, and then I'm going to add my baking powder, and then I am going to add my coconut flakes. For my coconut flakes, what I did was I used half cup of my store-bought coconut flakes, and I used 1.5 cup of the coconut that I grated, the regular coconut that I grated. Alright, if you don't want to use the store-bought coconut flakes, you can go ahead and just use 2 cups of regular grated coconuts. Alright, and then I'm going to add my butter. After adding my butter, I'm going to use my fingers to make sure that I combine the butter in the flour and to give it like a flaky consistency. So here is the butter, guys. It's 1/3 cup of butter. I'm just gonna add it in my flour and use my fingers, and of course clean hands. Yes, clean hands. I'm gonna use my clean hands to combine the butter in the flour and give it like a flaky consistency, and then I am going to add all my liquid ingredients. So this is the consistency that you're looking for. It's gonna be nice and flaky, and you know that the butter is well incorporated. Alright, so now we're gonna go over to our liquid ingredients, and I have 1 egg, and I'm gonna add a tablespoon of vanilla to that, and then I'm gonna put it in my dry ingredients and also add my 2 cups of coconut milk. And even though I have made this several times, and I know that I always use 2 cups of coconut milk, but sometimes some of us hands are heavy and you might add too much flour. Instead of adding the 4 cups of flour, you may go over a little bit. So what I normally do is I just add my coconut milk gradually, because until I have the texture that I want. But in this video I use 2 cups, and before I used 2 cups as well. It's always 2 cups with my 4 cups of flour to give me that nice cake batter texture that I want. So you'll see the texture as soon as I finish mixing. You'll see the texture that you should have. It's not supposed to be runny, but at the same time it's not supposed to be dry. So you just want to use your wooden spoon to fold in all the ingredients, just making sure that there is no dry flour left behind. So we're just going to make sure that everything is folded in properly. So this is a texture that you're looking for. As you can see, it just falls from the spoon. If it's too dry, then it's not gonna fall from the spoon, and if it's too wet, then it's gonna be very runny. All right, so I'm just gonna be using my 1/3 measuring cup to put my wrap buns on my baking sheet. It doesn't really matter the size, but I like them to have the same size, so I'm using this, and just take up the same amount and just drop them. When they go in the oven and the heat touches them, they will form into their own shape. All right, you don't have to worry, but if you want them to be smaller, you can probably use like a muffin pan or something, but this is like the perfect wrap bun size. So before I started this entire process, I preheated my oven at 350 degrees before I started mixing up my batter, so you may want to take that in consideration. Make sure that your oven is hot enough. All right, and these take 45 to 50 minutes to bake, depending on how brown you want them. If you want them browner, you can go for an hour. All right, but these are hot and ready, and I did pull them out in the last 10 minutes and place some butter on the top to melt and push them back in. So that is why you're seeing that white stuff on the top of the buns. It's butter. All right, so now we're gonna break them and show you what they look like inside, and then we're gonna place them on our cake stand. All right, it's still hot, guys, but my fingers are used to heat. Okay, so as you can see, there's lots of coconut, and that is what you want. You want to bite into coconut when you bite your wrap buns. All right, so I'm just gonna place them on my cake stand, take my thumbnail picture, and of course I'm gonna bite into piece. So thank you all so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed us yet. And if you have any friends or family that love wrap bun, go ahead and share this video with them. All right, so you'll be seeing my kids on this channel soon. They're gonna be learning how to make Jamaican food. Yes, and when I say kids, I don't mean underage kids. They're like 3 of them are in their 20s, so stay tuned for those videos coming up. All right, guys, bye, stay safe, show some love, and don't forget to come back for another one next week.